So if you're looking for over-ear headphones that can handle both focused work sessions and gym workouts, then you'll want to check out these. So let's go over the TREBLAB U5 headphones. I'm gonna go over all the different features of these, show you a quick demo of the controls, and talk about who these are for, all to help you make a better informed buying decision for your headphones. Okay, so the TREBLAB U5 is a pair of over-the-ear Bluetooth headphones with hybrid active noise cancellation. So you're getting Bluetooth 5.3, multi-point connection for switching between two devices, and a foldable design that comes with a carrying case, which is nice for travel. So let me show you what you get in the box here. All right, so let's do an unboxing here. These headphones, see what you get. See the packaging. So you get a nice case with your headphones. Yeah, good size too. Feels really soft. I like how everything is just included in the case. All right, so we have the actual headphones. So first impressions of the headphones are these are really nice, high quality headphones. They feel really great. I love this little design that they have here for connecting the cups to the headband here. It's really unique, looks really cool, very smooth rotation. Easily see that it's left, right, which I also like. I hate when they just have them on the top here, really small. It's always annoying. And these, yeah, these look great. Feel really comfortable. So controls right here, as well as here, and then our USB-C input. Headband also feels really comfortable. The cups and the headband feel like the same material, really soft, really squishy. Okay, so we get a sticker in here, warranty, quick start guide, quick little cheat sheet for everything here, which is nice just for all the functions of this, and we'll go over that in a second. Then the user manual, you have two cables here, USB-A to USB-C, and then a USB-C to a headphone jack. So just the essentials here, two cables, instruction manual, and the headphones themselves, and the carrying case. All right, so let's talk about some of the features here that you'll want to know about these headphones. So the battery life is really impressive on these. So you get 55 hours of playtime. That's over 2 weeks of daily use for most people. So you can go an entire work week or longer without even thinking about charging. And it charges via the USB-C at the bottom right here. Okay, and the next great feature is the active noise cancellation, the hybrid active noise cancellation. So the 30 decibels of hybrid ANC with transparency mode. This blocks out most background noise, office chatter, traffic, that kind of thing. And I'll kind of do a live test where, I listen to these with the ANC on, with noise in the background, and just give you, live feedback on these. But overall, the 30 decibels is solid. You're gonna be able to reduce a lot of noise. And what I like about these is the ANC is controlled right on the headphones with this button right here, and it's not through an app. That's one thing also to note. TREBLAB does not have an app for their products, so everything is just done on the headphones. Personally, I have no problem with this. I've had a lot of headphones, earbuds over the years, and I don't really use the apps when they do come with them. Although it would be nice, just to have some customization available for the sound through the app and not, through other third-party apps or through your phone, but that's something to keep in mind. Okay, so the sound on these have a 40mm driver with deep bass. So for sound quality, that is pretty solid. The 40mm dynamic drivers, that's standard over-the-ear size. So it's big enough to move real air, which is how you actually get full bass without distortion. So you can compare that to earbuds, which usually run, 6 to 10 millimeters. So why this actually matters, the driver size, is you're going to actually be getting real low end of your music instead of just, the feeling, just feeling a vibration. And again, I'll give you my rating of the sound quality in a minute here when I listen to these. But just know that these, aren't top of the line audiophile quality. Of course, those headphones are incredibly expensive. Of course, just keep that in mind. But I can tell you that the bass on these are really good. So if you're listening to heavier music, these definitely deliver and give that thump during your workouts or wherever you're listening to heavy music. Okay, so the multi-point connection, really convenient here. You can connect two devices at once, and you can switch between your laptop and phone without repairing, and you can work on your computer and instantly take a call on your phone. So that's really nice. So the Bluetooth does work really well. And then these are rated IPX4 for water resistance. The IPX4 rating means you can handle sweat and light rain. So you can wear these in the gym without any worrying about, damaging them. And they wipe clean pretty easily as well after a sweaty workout. One thing to note that if you do sweat a lot and you do use these for long periods of time, over-the-ear headphones in general can struggle with moisture over time. So just keep that in mind. If you're a really heavy sweater, always make sure to keep them clean. They'll just last longer. Okay, and then of course, the comfort. As you saw, they are very cushiony, these ear cups and the headband. So go ahead and put these on just to give you my live feedback here on how they feel. And they are incredibly comfy. Like I feel like just a cloud's on my head right here. It provides a lot of pressure, but not too much pressure, if that makes any sense. And just the cushion around them just makes it very, yeah, very nice. And already without the ANC on, like these are not powered on right now, I already reduced a lot of sound, which is really nice. So that way, you know, when the ANC kicks in, then it's really gonna reduce a lot of the noise. And also the fit is secure. So, you know, if you're really going crazy, you know, of course they're gonna move a little bit. You know, they aren't, you know, like your earbuds where they lock over your ear and go into your ear canal. So they're not quite as secure as the earbuds, but you know, they're not designed to be. But you're not gonna have any problems with working out or even running with these. And also these are just really lightweight and they're just easy just to throw in a bag, no problem. You know, the carrying case that you have, you can easily add them in here and just carry them around, no problem, whatever you prefer. So let me show you how to connect these and then just go over my thoughts of just, you know, the audio quality as I listen to music and just describe it to you. Okay, so we'll just take our phone here, go to the settings and go to the Bluetooth, okay? And then we'll go ahead and power these on. So we have the power button right in the middle here. We can see that they're on. It's flashing, means it's pairing. And we can wait for our phone to pick up the device at the very bottom here. There we see TREBLAB U5. Go and click it and it is paired. Simple as that. All right, so we're all paired. Let's go ahead and listen to some music here. Okay, so I'm listening to an electronic track now, kind of upbeat, little like kind of a chill, deep house kind of track. So we got some bass in there. There's some sub. It's a kick drum. There's, you know, synths, you know, organic instruments in there, normal instruments in there. So it's covering a lot of different frequencies and just, you know, what you'd be listening to. So my first impressions here, very clear. I like the bass. It feels balanced. There's definitely like a little bit of a bass boost on the audio quality, but it's not too much. It's not muffled like you have with some of them. There's just way too much bass in them. And the mids and highs are pretty crisp. And yeah, the best way I can describe them is really balanced with a little bit of a bass boost. Okay, and then the active noise canceling. So I have a heater running vent right above me and I could definitely hear it. I have the ANC off, so go ahead and turn it on. Just again, pressing the button on the side. I can't hear it at all. Yeah, I cannot hear the heater at all. So of course, you know, you're gonna have your other scenarios when you're at a really busy gym or, you know, just somewhere with a lot of noise, more than, you know, just a heater blowing. But, you know, I've used a lot of over-the-ear headphones, active noise canceling, really strong ones, and these are solid. Again, you're not gonna get the most active noise canceling. These aren't the highest quality, but it's definitely gonna do the job. You're definitely gonna isolate and yeah, you'll be able to concentrate more and hear just more of your music and not have to push the volume of your music so loud, you know, which you do have to do if you know, don't have active noise canceling. And also you can tell if the active noise canceling is on with the button or the little light at the bottom, press the button, and you can see the light is on, press it again, light is off. You also get a little sound in your headphones for hearing that as well. Okay, so let's go over some of the controls here so you understand how to use these headphones. Okay, so we have the main controls on the right ear cup here. The active noise canceling, as we just went over, just go ahead and press it to activate it, press it again to deactivate. And then we have the power button as well as the play button. So if you want to turn off the device, just hold it down for 2 seconds, turn it on, hold it down for 2 seconds as well. And then this also plays and pauses the music. Just press it once, play, press it again, pause. Then we have the volume buttons right here. This is volume up, volume down, hold volume up for 2 seconds for the next track, hold volume down for the previous track. Okay, to answer an incoming call, just press the power button when the call is coming in. And then to reject a phone call, press and hold the power button for 1 second during any incoming call. And then to end a phone call, just press the power button during the conversation. And to activate the voice assistant, press and hold the active noise canceling for 1 second. There's also a gaming mode for this as well. So you just want to double press the power button and you'll enter a gaming mode. Okay, so the pros of these, that 55-hour battery life is really good and it's impressive. And the sound quality punches above its weight for, you know, these being a little more budget headphones. And just having, you know, all the controls just right on the headphone without an app is really nice. Again, that can also be a con if you like using apps, but, you know, Most people don't use apps and don't need apps. If you do want to change the sound quality, use a third-party app or adjust your phone settings. Another great thing about these is the multi-point switching works really well. Always good to have multiple devices. And then of course, these are really comfortable for extended wear. Wear these for hours without any issues. They provide enough pressure to keep them on your head, but not too much pressure where you're just feeling it after a couple of hours. And overall, the mics on these are really good. So you can take a call with these and not have any problems. And then just the ANC with it as well. And it just helps you be able to hear the call also. And this does have 4 built-in mics. One thing to note, that the ear cups can run a little warm if you are doing, a lot of work, just working out, intense cardio, something like that. It's, just can run a little warm. I haven't found it to be that big of an issue at all. It's just something to note, but this is, something that happens with pretty much all headphones as well. And then one kind of pro and con here, as mentioned, when I just put these over my ears without the ANC on, it already blocked out a lot of noise. So when you have the transparency mode on, you still might need to take off your headphones to, hear someone talking, as clearly as possible, or just to hear certain things. I haven't had a really issue with it, but it just blocks out a decent amount of noise. So that just, pro and con there. So who are these for? So if you're someone who needs headphones that work in multiple environments, studying in a noisy apartment, taking calls while working from home, and like hitting the gym, and also these handle all that really well. Also, if you've been using cheaper headphones and want something that's a little bit better with actual noise canceling and a really solid sound that is a little bit heavier on the bass but not too much, this is a good upgrade without paying those incredibly expensive prices. Also, if you're coming from earbuds and want that over the ear, just isolation, look and feel, and just, a better sound quality, of course, bigger drivers with headphones compared to earbuds, then these are definitely worth checking out as well. So if you're a serious audiophile, looking for the absolute best sound quality, this probably, isn't gonna work out for you. It doesn't have that good a sound quality. But if you really want a great sound with great features, at a reasonable price, these definitely deliver. So in my opinion, the TREBLAB U5 is definitely worth checking out. You're getting 55-hour battery life, a solid noise cancellation, very comfortable fit, the multi-point connection, all in one package. And the sound quality is really good. Be sure to check out these headphones and good luck.